My name is Joshua Wallace. I'm the Executive Director of Peer Seattle and Peer Spokane. Peer Seattle and Peer Spokane are peer-led, peer emotional support service organizations. They're community-based, by and for peers. And what we do is we create community, and we try to eliminate isolation, and we help each other by, through our personal lived experience, get connected to services and to move further into recovery.
Okay. And what was it you were talking about today?
Today I was talking about co-occurring disorders, or co-occurring challenges as I prefer to call it. And those are folks who are dealing with mental health challenges and substance use challenges.
Okay. And presenting that to a room full of peers, is that a bit different for you?
It's not really. I think that, so for me, like presenting, it's not about me teaching something to somebody, this is peer work, and so it's about us having a conversation together. But my purpose with this was to have us have a group conversation where we dismantled sort of the scientific ideas around co-occurring and how they've been split over the years, and put them back together in a way that we can address the person and not the problem, because that's what we do as peers. And so I know that in these processes I'm going to bring something to the table, but I also take something away in knowledge from our conversation as we interact.
How different is it for you to work with peers as opposed to work with just mainstream non-peer professional people that have studied the theory but not necessarily practiced?
Well, you know, it takes a lot of metaphors and explaining to get people who are not peers to understand what it means to live with PTSD or with deep addiction or depression. They can have empathy, but they don't necessarily have the full experience. So with peers, this is the beauty of the work. So it's not about standing with somebody and trying to explain and excuse and express why you feel or do the things you do. They already know. And not having to explain that in and of itself reduces the internal stigmatization. You can just begin with the process of where you are today and where's the hope, where's the challenge, how do we move forward. Those are the differences that I see between the two.
Okay. This conference in itself, what value do you see in this conference?
Well, I think the biggest part of this value is that we are doing it on the east side of the state. So we've had a Peer Pathways conference for the state that's been happening on the west side now for, this will be our 5th year this year. But it can be difficult. Peers do not generally make a lot of money. They may not have the opportunity to travel. And I think all too often in Washington state, the east side of the mountains gets left out of these opportunities. And so when we came together and made this decision to launch this one in Spokane, it was to make sure that people on this side had access as well.
And any kind of walkaways from your experience so far here?
Well, it was amazing. I knew it would be amazing, but I think I'm walking away with renewed hope in our new launch of Peer Spokane, but also that, you know, we weren't even able to accommodate all the people that wanted to come here. So, you know, maybe it just confirmed what I believe, which is there are so many peers here hungry for interaction and for learning and for opportunity. So I'm really looking forward to this growing over the years to come.
Oh, and do you want to give a plug for your new organization?
Yeah, so we just launched Peer Spokane. We're in the process of looking for a location. We'll make that announcement, and you can like us on Facebook. And we'll have a website out as soon as we do that launch. But we're going to immediately be training folks to do one-to-one peer work and then peer group work. But it's really going to involve peers coming together. It's really run by volunteers. It's directed by members. It's really going to be what we build beyond those two pieces of core work is going to be based on what the community needs, what they've voiced that they need, so that we can move in that direction. This is how we're able to really be, you know, quick and reactive to the needs of community rather than waiting until things become a disaster to respond to them.